Listen, whatever you think you know about TOPURIA and MAKHACHEV, forget it right now. Because what I'm about to tell you doesn't feel like fight hype, it feels like the moment before a bomb goes off. It all started inside the White Dome Arena's restricted octagon, where cameras weren't even supposed to be rolling. But someone, and we still don't know who, secretly hit record the second the doors locked. And in that footage, you can literally hear Ilya TOPURIA whisper, "Close that door." I want MAKHACHEV to hear this. MAKHACHEV fires back, "Say it to my face, champ." That's when everything shifts. Not normal MMA trash talk. Not typical fighter ego. No, this was personal. Scary personal. Someone had leaked something that could destroy both fighters in the MMA world, and tonight, inside that octagon, one of them wanted revenge. But here's the part that nobody was ready for. Because seconds later, alarms went off, staff ran for cover, and the octagon itself, the one the media swore was indestructible, became the center of an explosion that felt nothing like an accident. And trust me, what triggered that explosion is worse than anyone expected. Before the explosion shook the world, before alarms screamed through the White House, something far more dangerous had already begun. A storm was forming behind closed doors, a storm so intense that even the UFC, the media, and federal security teams had no idea what was about to erupt. This wasn't just TOPURIA versus MAKHACHEV. This wasn't about a belt, a ranking, or pride. This was a collision between two men carrying secrets powerful enough to tear apart their careers, their alliances, and now, the White House's underground octagon. Yes, the rumors are true. The White House, in complete secrecy, built a private, underground fight cage for classified, invitation-only demonstrations. A place where no cameras are allowed, no press is notified, and every spectator signs an NDA that could ruin their life if broken. And the first two fighters chosen to step inside? Ilya TOPURIA and Islam Makhachev. Neither of them requested this fight. Neither of them fully understood why they were selected. And both of them arrived holding a level of rage that didn't match a simple exhibition match. One insider, who contacted us from an encrypted phone, described the energy the moment TOPURIA entered the room. He said TOPURIA didn't greet anyone, didn't shake hands, didn't even nod. He walked straight toward the octagon like a man who wasn't looking for a competition. He was looking for the person who betrayed him. Minutes later, Makhachev walked in with the opposite demeanor, cold, calm, almost dangerously silent. But something about the way he moved made it feel like he knew the ending of this story before it even started. A nearby cameraman caught him muttering under his breath, "If he wants truth, he'll get truth." The room went still. What truth? What secret were these two circling around? Nobody could answer that, but everyone could feel that this wasn't a sporting event. It was a confrontation years in the making. Because months before this fight, a mysterious leak surfaced. A confidential dossier, something that looked like a government-style report containing private conversations, encrypted messages, and classified negotiations between several fighters had been leaked to someone inside the UFC. That dossier included accusations of illegal sponsorships, international backdoor deals, and threats exchanged between fighter camps. It also contained the names of two athletes at the center of the scandal, TOPURIA and Makhachev. Both men denied the accusations. Both blamed the other for being behind the leak. And both demanded answers that the UFC refused to give. In the weeks that followed, tension between them became so explosive that some believed the UFC purposely pulled them apart to prevent a violent confrontation. But someone with higher authority wanted that confrontation to happen. And that someone arranged the White House demonstration. This wasn't about entertainment. It was about evaluation. High-level officials wanted to observe aggression, leadership, temperament, and influence. But neither fighter cared about that. They only cared about the betrayal inside that dossier. They only cared about exposing the truth. The moment both men stepped inside the cage, the temperature of the room shifted. TOPURIA stared at Makhachev with a cold, almost murderous focus. Makhachev stepped forward with the same unreadable calm that has terrified opponents for years. A staff member later said he felt like he was standing next to two bombs waiting for someone to push the button. Just before the cameras rolled, TOPURIA finally broke the silence. He walked toward MAKHACHEV and said quietly, "Islam, we settle this today." The room froze. But MAKHACHEV's reply froze it even harder. He stepped closer, looked him dead in the eyes, and whispered, "You should have never opened that file." TOPURIA's expression changed instantly, shock mixed with anger, confusion, and something darker. Only the government had access to that dossier. Only a handful of people could open it. So how did MAKHACHEV know TOPURIA had seen it? And what exactly was inside that file that both men were willing to fight under the White House to solve it? Nobody had answers. And nobody was supposed to. But that short exchange created a silent war inside that cage long before any punch was thrown. Then, right as the doors locked and the fight was seconds away from beginning, a voice crackled through a hidden radio channel. OCTAGON integrity compromised. External interference detected. Everyone dismissed it as a glitch. But 10 minutes later, that warning would make horrifying sense. Because this wasn't just a fight. It was a trap. A setup. A moment designed to expose something bigger than both fighters. And when the explosion shook the White House octagon, the world finally realized whatever was inside that file wasn't just dangerous. It was deadly. Nobody was prepared for what came next, because the situation suddenly turned into something far darker than anyone expected. Rumors started spreading that someone close to the inner circle had leaked private voice notes that didn't just expose arguments, but revealed a truth everyone was scared to say out loud. People claimed there was a call where one of the main players admitted that they had been hiding the real reason this entire situation started, and that the public version of the story was only half the truth. Some fans swore they heard the audio, others said it was AI generated, but the way the internet exploded overnight proved one thing: something real was definitely going on. And just when people thought the drama had peaked, a new clip surfaced, one shaky, low-quality camera recording from backstage at an event. In that clip, two familiar voices were arguing, their words muffled but intense. One of them said, "You promised this would never get out," while the other fired back, "I didn't tell them anything. Someone else is playing us." That one sentence changed everything. Suddenly, the audience was convinced that this wasn't just a scandal. This was a setup. Someone in the background was pulling strings, and the people involved were just trying to keep their lives from falling apart. Fans went crazy decoding every second of that video. Some claimed the argument was actually about money. Others said it sounded like a betrayal between friends that had been boiling for months. But the most disturbing theory came from someone who said they recognized a third voice in the clip, a voice that whispered something no one saw coming. Let it leak. They deserve to know. That one whisper sent the entire internet into meltdown. Who said it? Why did they want it leaked? And what did the audience deserve to know? Every hour brought a new theory, and people refused to leave the video, waiting for the next reveal like it was a real-life thriller unfolding in front of them. Memes, conspiracy threads, reaction videos, everything hit the internet in a storm that wouldn't calm down. Inside circles started reporting that relationships were breaking, deals were collapsing, and people were choosing sides like it was a war. Friends unfollowed each other. Management teams quietly deleted statements. Someone's lawyer even stepped in and told them to stop talking publicly, which made fans even more suspicious. Nobody realized the real explosion was still coming, because behind all the chaos, someone was quietly preparing to expose the final truth. It started when a mysterious account appeared out of nowhere. No profile picture, no bio, just a single post that said, "You've only seen half the story." Within minutes, thousands of people were sharing it, trying to figure out who was behind it. Some said it was someone from the team. Others swore it was a bitter ex-friend seeking revenge. But the timing was too perfect. It dropped right when everyone thought things were finally calming down. Then, late at night, another anonymous post went viral. This time it wasn't a message. It was a screenshot. A private chat. A conversation that hinted someone had been lying for months. One message in the screenshot said, "If they find out what we did, everything is over." And right under it, another reply, "Relax." They're too focused on the other drama to notice. The entire internet froze. Because now the audience understood this wasn't accidental. Someone had planned this chaos from the beginning. And the strangest part? Nobody knew which side the screenshot belonged to. Was it the victims? The villains? A friend caught in the crossfire? Or someone pretending to be innocent while secretly fueling the fire? People began stitching the clues together. They compared writing styles, timestamps, DM layouts, everything. They even matched the background of the screenshot to old photos, trying to guess whose phone it was. Within hours, fans discovered something shocking. One of the phones matched an old mirror selfie of a person who repeatedly claimed they had nothing to do with any of this. That was it. The audience lost their minds. People started opening years-old interviews, paused at certain seconds, zoomed in on tiny details, like a detective show. They found moments where someone avoided answering a question, moments where someone laughed nervously, moments where someone suddenly changed topics. None of this felt like content anymore. It felt like watching a real-life scandal being peeled layer by layer, and everyone was addicted. But then something unexpected happened. One of the people involved finally broke their silence, not directly, but through a cryptic message. You want answers? Then stop believing everything you see. That one line made things worse. The audience didn't calm down. They started digging harder. Because now they believed there were answers. Someone was just trying to hide them. And when fans realized certain posts were being deleted, they panicked even more. Deleted posts on social media always mean one thing: someone slipped up. Someone revealed something they weren't supposed to. Someone hit post too fast, then tried to cover their tracks. But screenshots last forever. Every deleted post was already circulating. Every glitch was already saved. The audience felt like they were uncovering a truth nobody wanted to reveal. And that's what made them stay. Not just for entertainment, but because now they felt involved. They felt like the story couldn't end without them. And the craziest part? A new rumor spread that someone was ready to drop a video reel footage that would prove who started everything. Nobody knew if it was real, but everyone was waiting. Because once that video dropped, the entire story would flip upside down. Nobody slept that night. Not the fans, not the critics, not even the people involved in the scandal. Because everyone knew the same thing. If that mysterious video proof was real, then somebody's entire career, maybe even their entire life, was about to collapse in front of millions. And the strangest part? Someone close to the situation kept dropping hints that the video wasn't just a clip. It was a full recording, unedited, unfiltered, and dangerously revealing. It all started when a user named Truthkeeper89 posted at 3:17 a.m. The footage is 11 minutes long. No cuts. No music. Raw. That one message exploded everywhere. People were asking the same question. How did this random account know the exact length of a video that nobody had even seen yet? But then a .zip file link appeared on the same account. It was only there for 10 seconds before it vanished. That was enough. The internet froze. Screenshots flew across the timeline. People claimed they downloaded it. Others claimed the file was corrupted. Someone swore their phone rebooted the moment they clicked it, like something or someone wanted to stop them. By sunrise, a new rumor emerged. The video shows the moment right before the White House OCTAGON explosion. Nobody could confirm it, but everyone believed it. Because earlier, a chilling voice note surfaced. A distorted voice whispered, "They're hiding the real reason the OCTAGON blew up." If you knew what happened, you'd never trust anyone again. The message wasn't posted on a big account. It wasn't posted on a drama page. It was posted on a private Discord server with 14 members. So how did it leak? That was the mystery. Someone inside that server had taken it and sent it to the world. And that meant someone inside the small circle was no longer loyal. And the deeper fans dug, the more disturbing the clues became. One fan slowed the voice note down and claimed you could hear a second person breathing in the background. Another fan filtered the audio and said they heard a faint echo, like the recording was done inside a large room, maybe with metal walls. And that's when things got darker. Because someone else commented, "Metal walls? That sounds like the OCTAGON basement." People remembered something. Earlier in the year, Several insiders reported that the White House had a private underground training wing called Sector 8. It was supposed to be off-limits, created only for high-risk diplomatic combat simulations. But nobody ever confirmed it existed. Now, fans believe the explosion started down there. Everything pointed back to one night, one fight, one moment nobody understood. And the names that kept coming up? TOPURIA, Makhachev. Someone leaked a supposed security transcript, fake or real, nobody knew. But the dialogue was terrifying. One voice said, "He wasn't supposed to be here tonight." The other replied, "Too late. He's already inside." Fans analyzed every detail. They noticed the second voice trembled slightly, like they were scared. They noticed chairs scraping, someone pacing, a metal gate slamming. At one moment, you could even hear someone whisper, "He knows what we did." These 6 words triggered an earthquake online. People began speculating that the explosion wasn't an accident, not sabotage, not even a malfunction, but a cover-up. A deliberate attempt to erase something. Someone. And if that was true, then who was the target? Some people said it was TOPURIA because he had been training underground that night. Others said it was Makhachev because he was seen entering the restricted wing minutes before the explosion. A few went even deeper, claiming neither of them were the real targets. They believed someone else was inside. Someone nobody had mentioned yet. Screenshots of restricted guest logs started spreading. One listed a visitor with their name blurred out, but the timestamp was clear, 11:49 p.m. The explosion happened at exactly 12:03, 14 minutes. Why was someone there so late? Why was their name hidden? And why did the electronic signature look forged? Fans were obsessed. They started analyzing handwriting, digital patterns, even comparing the signature to old documents leaked over the years. One fan posted a theory that the blurred name could be a high-ranking political figure, someone who should never have been inside Sector 8, especially not alone. But then things took a terrifying turn. A trending tweet appeared for only 2 minutes before it was deleted. It read, "They wanted silence. They got fire." The account that posted it had no followers, no profile photo, and no previous tweets. And after the message was deleted, the account vanished completely. Like it never existed. Now the question wasn't just who leaked the message. The question was, who forced them to delete it? Someone suddenly came forward on Reddit claiming they knew the real story. They posted a long thread saying they were a former employee at the White House Fitness Department. According to them, there was an argument, heated, personal, explosive, between TOPURIA and Makhachev just an hour before everything blew up. They said the argument wasn't about fighting. It was about betrayal. They claimed Makhachev said, "You crossed the line this time." And TOPURIA replied, "Do you really want the world to know what you did?" Imagine that. 2 of the biggest fighters on Earth fighting over a secret so powerful it could destroy careers. According to the anonymous source, the tension between them had been building for months. Someone had leaked training footage earlier in the year, footage that made one of them look weak. Fans always blamed deep fakes, but what if it wasn't fake? What if it was real? And what if one of them leaked it? This theory exploded. People started going through old interviews, analyzing body language, looking for hidden resentment. A clip from 6 months ago resurfaced where a reporter asked Makhachev if he trusted TOPURIA. He laughed weirdly and said, "Trust is a strong word." Nobody thought anything of it at the time. But now, it sounded like a warning. Then something even more chilling surfaced. A blurry photo of 2 figures arguing in a hallway, posted by an unknown staff member. People said the photo was taken 1 hour before the explosion. One figure looked like TOPURIA. The other looked like Makhachev. And the person holding the phone, if the reflection was correct, was someone who was never supposed to be filming that night. The hallway lighting matched Sector 8. The angle matched security camera blind spots. Someone was secretly recording them. The drama escalated further when a voice memo dropped on Telegram. A panicked voice whispered. They knew the camera was off. They didn't know someone else was watching. That was it. Fans were convinced someone, not a fighter, not a staff member, not a politician, was hiding inside the restricted zone, watching everything, recording everything. And that person was now releasing clues piece by piece, almost like they wanted revenge. But revenge for what? And against who? Then one final rumor hit the internet like a nuclear wave. A supposed emergency report claimed that moments before the explosion, 2 biometric locks failed at the same time. One lock belonged to TOPURIA's access card. The other belonged to MAKHACHEV's. Both locks triggered the system manually, meaning someone down there used their access. Someone intentionally opened the last door to Sector 8. Someone allowed the final chain reaction to start. Fans asked the darkest question yet. What if neither of them triggered it? What if someone stole their access codes? If that were true, then the real culprit wasn't either fighter. It was someone pretending to be them. Someone with a motive. Someone with everything to gain from wiping that room clean. People started imagining the worst. A rival fighter? A jealous friend? A betrayed coach? A political puppet? A ghost from their past? Nobody knew. But everyone agreed the explosion wasn't the end of the story. It was only the beginning. Because someone still had that video. Someone still had the footage of what happened inside Sector 8. And that person had not spoken yet. Not revealed their identity. Not said a single word. They were just watching. Waiting. And the audience knew, whenever that video finally drops, everything we think we know is going to flip upside down again. And the real story? Hasn't even started. The atmosphere inside the White House octagon was nothing short of electric. Fans buzzing, commentators throwing around predictions like wildfire, but no one was prepared for the explosive showdown about to unfold between Islam Makhachev and Giga Chikadze's fiercest rival, Ilia Topuria. This wasn't just another fight. This was a battle that would redefine legacies, shatter egos, and leave the MMA world gasping for breath. Rumors had been swirling for weeks, whispers from insiders leaking bits of tension that seemed too intense to be just competitive spirit. But what really lit the fuse was the recent scathing interview Topuria gave, where he openly questioned Makhachev's dominance and hinted at secrets behind the champion's rise. The words were laced with venom and a hint of danger, the kind that signals a war about to erupt. The octagon was a cauldron boiling over with anticipation, but the real fireworks began well before the fighters stepped foot inside. Behind closed doors, a secret confrontation was brewing, one that insiders say changed the entire trajectory of the fight night. Our sources revealed that just hours before the match, an explosive altercation between the camps nearly spiraled out of control, leaving security scrambling to keep peace. The tension wasn't just physical, it was deeply personal. According to leaked text messages between Makhachev's inner circle, there was a betrayal so savage that it threatened to derail the entire fight. He's not just fighting for the belt, one message read, he's fighting for respect. And he won't let anyone steal that from him, not even Topuria. But what exactly was this betrayal? Our insider confirms it involved a high-ranking member of Topuria's team secretly feeding information to Makhachev's camp, a classic case of espionage that left Topuria feeling blindsided and furious. The moment the fighters entered the octagon, the air was thick with tension. Makhachev's gaze was cold, calculating, a warrior who had been underestimated before but was ready to prove every doubter wrong. Topuria, on the other hand, wore the look of a man carrying the weight of this betrayal on his shoulders, eyes darting with suspicion and a hunger for vindication. The bell rang, and what followed was nothing short of a brutal chess match with punches, kicks, and grappling maneuvers executed with surgical precision. But beneath the surface, emotions were boiling over. Makhachev seemed almost ruthless, channeling not just the fight, but the sting of betrayal into every move. Topuria's frustration was palpable, his every strike fueled by a cocktail of anger, heartbreak, and a desperate need to reclaim his honor. Suddenly, midway through the second round, the fight took an unexpected turn. Makhachev landed a devastating blow, sending Topuria crashing to the mat. The crowd gasped, was this it? Was the champion about to cement his legacy in a way no one had dared imagine? But just as quickly, Topuria rallied, fueled by the fire of betrayal, pushing himself back up in a display of sheer willpower that had even the commentators stunned. And then, in a jaw-dropping twist, Topuria's corner released a leaked video clip that was going viral instantly. It showed moments from a secret meeting where Makhachev's camp was seen conspiring with an unknown figure, allegedly to sabotage TOPURIA's training. The implications were seismic. Fans were left reeling. The fight was no longer just about physical strength, but a war of shadows, secrets, and betrayal. Social media erupted overnight. Hashtags like #OCTAGON and #TOPURIA vs Makhachev dominated trending lists worldwide. Fans were divided. Some hailed Makhachev as a tactical genius playing the long game, while others saw the leak as proof of deep corruption threatening the sport's integrity. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories began swirling about who the mysterious saboteur really was: a disgruntled former coach, a jealous rival, or something far darker. Amid the chaos, both fighters remained tight-lipped, fueling speculation. But a source close to Makhachev hinted at a devastating revelation that was yet to come, one that could forever alter how fans viewed the champion. "This fight is just the beginning," the source whispered. "What's happening now is only the tip of the iceberg." Back in the octagon, the battle resumed with relentless ferocity. Neither man willing to back down, both pushed to their physical and emotional limits. Every strike echoed with raw emotion, vengeance, pride, and the crushing weight of betrayal. The audience watched breathless as the fight spiraled into an epic confrontation that felt like it was tearing open old wounds while forging new legends. As the rounds wore on, the intensity only grew. TOPURIA's desperation became more apparent. He was fighting not just for the title, but to expose the treachery that threatened to destroy him. Makhachev, meanwhile, fought with the cold precision of a man who had been betrayed himself, channeling every insult and secret into a performance that was both beautiful and brutal. Just when it seemed the fight could go either way, an unexpected moment shattered the rhythm. Makhachev suddenly pulled back, clutching his shoulder in visible pain. Was it a trick or genuine injury? The crowd erupted in shock, speculation running wild. This sudden vulnerability flipped the narrative once again, raising urgent questions about the champion's endurance and the fairness of the fight. And then, in a moment that stunned everyone, the referee stepped in. The fight was paused, allowing medical teams to rush in. The atmosphere shifted from adrenaline-fueled excitement to anxious tension as fans wondered if this fight would end prematurely. Could TOPURIA capitalize on this? Would Makhachev be able to recover? The answers remained uncertain, setting the stage for a dramatic climax. This fight was no longer just about skill. It was about survival of reputations, legacies, and the very soul of the sport. Each second was charged with emotion, suspense, and the brutal reality that in the White House octagon, only one could emerge victorious. Stay tuned, because what happened next wasn't just shocking, it was downright explosive, and the ripple effects are still being felt across the MMA world. Who survived this war? Who was left broken? And what secrets remain hidden in the shadows? This story is far from over.